I was going to say, Frank, that Joe Frazier has become the next Joe Louis as far as fan appreciation is concerned.
He deserves
It
it.
seems to me that whenever he is introduced, he enters a function, he gets the kind of hand that Joe Louis used to get when he was introduced and still gets.
Okay. That was very beautifully done.
That's Robert Merrill, and another fine sports fan, Robert Merrill.
Robert Merrill is fantastic. Now here's the brown bummer, Joe Louis. Joe Louis, this has to be a very memorable place for him because he fought some great fights here in New York City, especially here at Yankee Stadium. Now, Dick, we have a surprise tonight. Guess who's working Ken Norton's corner?
Who's that?
Joe Frazier.
Is that so? Well, I know they're buddies. They go way back together. They're very close friends. But I'm kind of surprised, unless there was some quick action taken, because it's my understanding that you have to be licensed to work a corner in the state of New York.
Joe is a licensed
is he a
manager,
licensed handler?
A handler.
Is that so? In the state of New York?
In the state of New York.
Is that right? Oh, that's well. Then
you
he
know,
can do
he
it,
did
of course.
that just when he bought himself from Clover Lake.
I see.
Joe Frazier's made some very good moves, and he's made some solid moves. And he handles
Dwayne Bobbitt, yes.
Dwayne Bobbitt as a heavyweight. Dwayne's fighting Chuck Webber on Saturday.
Up in Utica, New York.
Yeah, that should be good. Now we see Ali, the heavyweight champion of the world, getting ready to come out. And here he comes, Dick. And as you can hear, the fans are reacting as usual.
Now that's a shot of Ali in his dressing room, warming up, just trying to break a bit of a sweat, getting a little bit loose. And the same shot was flashed on the big screen in center field, and that's what drew the roar from the crowd.
I see a young promoter over here who's really taking everything in here, and that's Butch Lewis from Top Rank. He's observing everything around this ring. And I think that it was just great for Top Rank and Madison Square Garden to, bring this fight back to New York City, especially a championship fight.
Well, as part of the Big Apple celebration, the op sale and the convention, political convention, and now the heavyweight championship fight.
Yes, I think that when we look around, and this place is filling up, as tight as possible right here around the ring. Now I see Ali. There's Ali walking around in his dressing room. As we look around at the ringside seats decked at $200, there's no vacant seats.
Doesn't appear to be too many. The ringside seats, that's what we were talking about before. The ringside seats seem to have sold better than the medium price seats. There's a very good crowd up on top. Those are the lower price seats, the 25s and 50s, or I guess the 25s. The 75s and the 100s don't seem to have gone quite as well as the others, but ringside, of course.
There's Joe DiMaggio.
And that's Whitey Ford, I believe.
Whitey Ford there with him on the left.
That's right. Looks like Sonny Werblin on the right. Is that Sonny Werblin?
Yeah, that's Sonny. Sonny was sick. Joe D. Now that's just where he played, right there where that picture is.
Right there out in center field.
One of the
He's
greatest.
one of those gentlemen that's highly recognizable in sports, and he seems to have grown better looking by the years. Age has really agreed with Joe D.
And that was Willie Mays' idol. Willie Mays was down in Birmingham, Alabama as a kid. Not Birmingham, Bessemer, Alabama as a kid. And
your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. The New York State Athletic Commission will not allow the 15-round main event to start until every aisle is cleared and you all return to your seats. We can be here an awful long time tonight.
Commissioners enforce these rules in New York. You know, Dick, that'll give us a chance to talk about the knockdown, you know, the 3 knockdowns.
There's ex-Mayor Lindsay.
Yeah, Mayor Lindsay, he's a great fan.
John Lindsay, who is responsible, really, for the refurbishing of Yankee Stadium. It was during his regime that they decided to overhaul Yankee Stadium in order to keep the ball club here. The ball club had offers from elsewhere, particularly from New Jersey, which succeeded in landing the football giants. They went out after the Yankees, and Mayor Lindsay said, no, we're going to keep the Yankees in the Bronx by putting a lot of money into Yankee Stadium, and they did as much, we understand, as $100 million to do. That's quite a paint job.
Yes, Doc Ellis told me that the Yankees, he couldn't understand his first couple of days here. He slipped off the mound. He said, I can't understand it. $100 million stadium, a $3 million pitcher, and a $15 mound.
Well, that's Doc.
He was talking about Catfish Hunter and Jenkins.
Doc, of course, is a young Muhammad Ali. He mimics Ali. He looks quite a bit like Ali.
And says he can beat Ali.
Yeah, well,
You know,
with a baseball, maybe.
Yeah. Dick, this kind of thing here now, with Muhammad Ali and his style of fighting, and he has changed his style for tonight's fight, so he says. Now, of course, you can take that any way you want to when Muhammad Ali says he's going to change something. But now, Ali is convinced that he cannot beat Ken Norton with the regular Muhammad Ali style of fighting. Ken Norton is convinced that he can beat Muhammad Ali with his regular style of fighting. So Ali has shifted all of his emphasis now to the George Foreman style of fighting, standing and hitting with the right hand and staying in there and keeping you away from his opponent with his left. So I never thought that I would hear Ali say that this is the George Foreman style. Here comes Kenny Norton.
This is a 41.
And here we go. Now this excitement is getting ready to start here at Yankee Stadium. The #1 contender, Kenny Jawbreaker Norton, now coming into the ring. Norton has said everything possible that you can say to show that he is confident that he can beat Muhammad Ali. He said, in fact, I own Muhammad Ali. And then, of course, Ali says that he made Norton what he is today. So I just think that Ken Norton is so confident that he can win this fight tonight until he said it was no problem at all with Muhammad Ali for him. Here's Ken Norton now stepping into the ring wearing a real blue, navy blue robe, trimmed in white, blue and white socks. Huh? He doesn't have a... Ken Norton is in the ring. Kenny Norton, San Diego, California, the #1 challenger. the man that beat Muhammad Ali and broke his jaw the first time they met, and is now coming back for fight number 3. Ken Norton looks like he's in tip-top shape. He weighed in today at 217.5 pounds, and he said that's just what he wanted to come in the ring at tonight. 217.5, Kenny Norton.
Kenny looks as though he did a lot of warming up in the dressing room. He has beads of sweat all over his face and forehead.
And now Muhammad Ali
Once again, we ask you to
start
clear
making his
the
move
aisles.
towards the ring.
Please clear the aisles so that Muhammad Ali can enter the ring.
Muhammad
Please
Ali
clear the aisles.
weighed in today at 221 pounds.
That's good weight for him. I thought he might come in around 225. He really got down for this one.
Yes, he did. I think Ali worked hard for this fight. And Ken Norton worked hard. So I think that,
Ken is in exquisite shape.
oh yes, Ken stays in shape.
He's really got the good body.
Once again, a reminder, please clear the aisles. so
They-
that
they
we can
train
start
differently,
this
Frank.
heavyweight main
Yes.
event.
Kenny Norton put in an awful lot of sparring time. I think he had something like 228 rounds of sparring. Ali, on the other hand, concentrated on punching the bags. I don't think he did 100 rounds of sparring. He was developing his punch on that big bag, particularly the left hook. He spent an awful lot of time banging that left hook into the big bag.
Yeah, Ali says that he doesn't have to punch as much and train as much with sparring, because what he has to do now is to fight. And he says he stays in shape by fighting.
Well, he says sparring is to learn, he said, and there's not much I have to learn about the boxing business any longer.
Well, when you hear the crowd go like this at Yankee Stadium or any other stadium in the world, you know that's the heavyweight champion of the world, Muhammad Ali, making his entrance into the ring. We're coming to you live from New York City at Yankee Stadium with the World's Heavyweight Championship fight. Muhammad Ali, the champion. Ken Norton, the #1 challenger. The man that beat Muhammad Ali and broke his jaw in the first fight and lost or split decision on the second time they met. And tonight, Dick, it looks like everything's going to be right on target here.
Everything's going to be resolved this time. This, of course, is the rubber match. That's not to say that they couldn't meet a fourth time. You never can tell. If this one is a good one, if Norton upsets Ali, there's always a chance that you would see a return match. But I don't think it would happen right away. If Kenny Norton were to win the championship tonight, I believe Kenny would take another fight or two, try to cash in, maybe fight a Dwayne Bobbick or someone of that sort, not go right back in against Ali, not risk the title again that quickly. He'd try to get what they call a couple of paydays in before fighting Ali again.
Yes, they love to get those paydays. And Ali draws a big payday wherever he goes. And now Muhammad Ali is coming into the ring with his usual entourage around him. Ali likes to travel in big circles, and of course, Kenny Norton likes to travel in small circles. He likes to travel with 3 or 4 people, not more than that. Ali likes as many people around. He take all the people in the stadium with him.
Ali does a lot for the employment of the United States. He keeps quite a few people in the pit.
That's right. And here we are, set at Yankee Stadium in New York City, coming to you live with a Top Rank Incorporated and Madison Square Garden Boxing Incorporated production of a heavyweight championship fight. I'm Frank Bannister, along with me, Dick Young of the Daily News, and Miss Black America, Trina Kilgore. Here's the champ, Muhammad Ali, now getting ready to step into the ring. Muhammad Ali, the world's heavyweight champion.
Look at that look on
Look at him looking at him with his white robe, his long white robe.
He's trying to psych him now. He's coming over to the corner. He's sneaking by.
And this
Watch this now. He's getting ready for a little bit of action.
This hasn't fazed Kenny Norton at all.
The crowd is really getting a kick out of this. Staring at him.
Officials
Norton
Yes.
is reacting.
have been assigned here by the New York State.
And they're exchanging words up there. Norton say, let the bell ring. We'll get it on.
Ring officials this evening, your judges, Barney Smith and Harold Letterman, your timekeeper.
Ali is still coming
Look
back
at this. He's
across.
following him wherever he goes.
For the main event is Arthur Mercanti.
Ali's making his toughest face now.
Ali has on a very long robe tonight, too.
In association
Long
with
white
Top
robe.
Rank, presents tonight's 15-round heavyweight championship bout.
Give me about one more inch. I'm about
A
to
15 round.
Challenger from Los Angeles and San Diego, California. He weighed 217
Muhammad Ali
and a half pounds.
just walking around in the ring,
Here is the #1
trying to upset
contender,
Ken Norton,
Norton.
which he hasn't been able to do yet.
Who the judges?
His opponent this evening from Louisville, Kentucky.
Now the
wearing
champ
white
is being
shirt,
introduced.
black. He weighs 221 pounds. The heavyweight champion of the world,
Muhammad Ali is leading the fans and the chant over on the side, Norton must fall. Ken Norton is going to the opposite side of the ring. Now Ali is, I've never seen a champ. Now here he is right over us, right here at ringside, saying Norton must fall.
With some kind of mass hysteria he's trying to create here, walking all around the ring, different sides of the ring, getting the fans to join him in that chant, Norton must fall. He pulled much the same thing in Zaire against George Foreman. He had the crowd yelling, Boumaye, and that meant kill him.
All right, good evening, Mohammed.
There they are, standing in the middle of the ring now.
This contest for the heavyweight championship of the world will be
Referee.
governed by the rules of the New York State Athletic Commission. In the event of a knockdown, you must take an 8 count. 3 knockdowns in 1 round will automatically...
Both guys are ready to get it on.
Before you turn the break,
Right here
you
at
will
Yankee
be
Stadium in
penalized
New
for
York
any
City.
illegal blows. Is this all understood?
The 16th time.
Now, returning
Ali
the
is-
applause to await the starting bell.
Ali is running, trying to get to Norton. Now we're ready. The stage is set here, Dick. This is going to be a fight.
He tripped over his own robe as he went
Yeah.
to his corner.
This is going to be a fight tonight.
Kenny hasn't paid any attention to him, any of his antics, just warming up in his corner, shadow boxing, jumping.
Now we're
Seems
getting
real
ready.
Look at
Dick. Well, Dick, that's the end of the first round here at
I
Yankee
would
Stadium.
say, Frank, that Ali had a slight edge in that round because of that good right hand he landed with about a minute to go. There wasn't too much effective punching. That was it. Now look at Ali. Instead of resting, he is leading the crowd again in a chant, like a choir master.
That's Muhammad Ali's style, walking around with his manager walking around, Angelo behind him. Norton is also standing in this round, so Ali hasn't psyched him out on that, Dick. You see, Ken Norton didn't sit down, Ali didn't sit down. So I guess they're saying, you know, if you can do it, so can I.
Frank, we have a distinguished jury of experts here tonight. We have Red Smith of the New York Times, Stan Hockman of the Philadelphia Daily News, and Frank McGee of the London Daily Mirror, and we will be consulting them from time to time to see just how they are judging.
They're arguing between rounds. Muhammad Ali said that ain't nothing you're throwing out there. And Ken Norton said, what do you think you're doing? Ali went over and sat on his stool for about 2 seconds, hopped right up. Ken Norton still refuses to sit down on his stool. Dick, Twana, what do you think about this? Well, Dick,
Twana's lost her mic for a moment. I think we'll try to get her back in the action.
all right, let's get these scoring in here right quick.
Well, I've just heard from our jury of experts here, and they are unanimous. And by a strange coincidence, I have the same scoring. All men gave Ali the first round. All men gave Norton the second round. So we are even after 2 rounds, 1-1.
All right, now we're getting ready for round number 3. Muhammad Ali up with his famous windmill. Ali comes out and he acts as though he's going to come right out and hit Norton, and he does with a left. Norton still dragging his right foot, body turned on an angle to Ali. That was blocked. Ali comes with the left jab right on the head. Ali lunges in and misses.
Hear him? You ain't got nothing.
Yeah, this Ali is talking. Ali, Ken Norton. Norton comes around with a long right that time, but there's nothing on it. Ali blocked it. Ali's trying that fast right chop. Muhammad Ali, Ken Norton, exchange left. Ken Norton keeping the pressure on him. Muhammad Ali is taking that left and he's just sticking it in. Referee wants him to break. Muhammad Ali is going to cover up now. Norton is going to make
Good
a
overhand right by Norton, got past that guard.
Muhammad Ali is trying to land that right. Ali comes with a combination. The right was blocked, but the left got in. Nobody believes Ali got a right hand, but Richard Dunn. Hard right by Norton. Muhammad Ali comes back, but it's blocked. Ali misses. The hard right hand coming over the top. Kenny Norton is coming over the top with Ali. Ali is still saying something to Kenny Norton. Right-left combination by Ali. Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton. And Norton is exchanging a few words with Ali at the end of the round there.
Norton's plan seems to be overhand rights to the head, left hooks to the body. Those seem to have been his scores in the early rounds.
Yes, let's look at that overhand right because I heard his corner hollering from coming there with it. You got it. Here we go then. Norton's got him set up. There it is.
Well, we have our first disagreement. Our 3 judges all agree that Ali...
Muhammad Ali is saying you ain't nothing. So it's Ken Norton. Ken Norton is not sat down yet, Dick.
That's right. He's out Ali and Ali.
Now this is a strange one.
Certainly is.
Yes, now let's look at a couple replays here. We're going to look at it from 2 different angles, Dick. We look at Norton come in with his overhand right. And here's an isolated action. Ali back in the corner.
There's
the
that
right
good overhand
land.
right, Frank. That's what one hand not bound. Look at this.
Now
Ali
Muhammad
can't
Ali.
wait for the bell. He's
Ali said he was going to do him in the 5th round. Muhammad Ali said he was going to beat Ken Norton in the 5th round. This is the round that he predicted. This is the round that Ali predicted, Dick. He said he was going to knock Norton out in the 5th round. Ali's out in the center of the ring. Ali wants to mix it up. There's a left by Ali. Norton wants to come up with an uppercut. He's trying. The Referee said, I'm telling you for the last time, Ali, I want you to stop that.
What he's warning him about is putting the hand in back of the neck. It's called holding and hitting.
And that is strictly a no-no. Ali is staying on the ropes. He's blocking those legs. Ali is clowning around now.
He's on the ropes doing a shimmy. He's in the old rope-a-dope. Yeah. Kenny is attacking it at the body. Tries an uppercut, but can't get through that rope-a-dope.
Comes over top with the right. Muhammad Ali. This is the thing that Muhammad Ali gets his corner shook up with. 1 minute and 41 seconds left in this round. Ali may fight the last minute of the round.
Kenny's looking for an opening in that rope-a-dope, can't find it. Now he goes to the rib and the kidney. That's what he's planning to do on the rope-a-dope. Attack the rib just above the kidney.
Ali is just standing there.
There's a good left. Got
Norton comes through there with a left. Ali's blocking the other shot. Just standing. This is in the last minute of the round. Round number 5. Muhammad Ali going through his. This must be his new dance, Dick, that he's doing.
That's his shimmy. He's done that before, but never quite as long. He's spending the whole round shimmying.
Fans want Ali to come off the rope and fight.
Crowd is booing.
Hard left that got in there by Ali. And Norton blocked the feet. Ali is lunging with that right hand.
Just a grazing overhand right. Didn't quite get there by Kenny.
At the end of the round, Ken Norton says, there's your 5.
Well, you got to give Kenny that round because unless you're going to give points for shimmying, which is about all that Ali did that round.
Yes, Ali does that every once in a while, and that's one of the things that his corner gets so upset with him when they're sitting over there. He's doing just a little bit of the shimmy. There he is now. Let's look at it. I think Ali may have started that when he left Pinocchio in Tokyo.
Our jury gave the round to Norton unanimously. I joined them in that. Stan Hockman of the
end of the round. Both fighters refuse to sit down. They're just standing as though nothing is happening. We're getting ready for round number 8, Dick.
I gave Ali that round. That's a slight comeback by Ali after Norton had won the previous 4 or 5 rounds. And again, the jury does agree, this time giving it to Ali. So that in our jury now, they have Ali 1, 2, 3 rounds, Norton 4 rounds. Hockman has an extra point for Norton.
Well, this is round number 8. Live in Yankee Stadium. Top rank.
That time, he shouted 2 snappy words to him.
Yeah.
And I think those are 2 words that we cannot quite repeat.
I don't think those can go on the air. They can stay in the stadium, but not on the air. Now let's look at some of that exchange that we have here. Norton comes in with the right and the left body. Ali lands combination. There's a hard right by Norton.
That was one of the few good shots to the head that Norton got in. Most of his good blows have been to the body.
Yes, and Ali landed a good
And again,
left.
oh no, Mr. McGee called that round even. Frank McGee of the London Daily Mirror called it even. Our other two experts, Red Smith and Stan Hockman, gave it to Norton. Frank, tell us why you called it even.
This fight is really getting to be something here now.
You see Norton strut to his corner?
Oh, yes. As though he hasn't done any work out there. You know. Now we're going to show you Norton's right hand right on Ali's chin. That was the left. He comes back. And there's the right.
That was the best punch of the round, but probably the only punch, really, the effective punch that Kenny got in. Ali, meanwhile, was doing quite a bit of effective jabbing. Therefore, I think Ali won that round, at least on my card. The other two gentlemen disagree. The other three gentlemen disagree with me. Red Smith gave the round to Norton, and Stan Hockman and Frank McGee called the round even.
Well, how do we have this now? What's the totals?
Norton got in quite a few good shots right there at the bell. In fact, one of them landed immediately after the bell. It was on its way before the bell and landed afterward.
Twana, how do you see the fight going now, Twana?
Frank, it's hard to say. Ken Norton looks some kind of good. I'd swear. I saw the first two fights, and he's the only man that Ali hasn't beaten and hasn't proved that he can beat. He's going to have a hard time tonight. This is one hell of a fight.
All right, that's Miss Black America, Twana Kilgore. Color for us.
She's become quite an expert in a hurry, hasn't she?
I'm telling you.
She's a great fan.
She dug right into this boxing business, and she...
Was it for Norton? 10-5, a decisive margin for Norton. Stan Hockman gives it to Norton, 8-6 with one even. Frank McGee gives it to Norton, 6-5 and 4 even. And I give it to Norton, 9-6. So we are all agreed, gentlemen, that Norton is the winner. Oh, I'm sorry, I miscalculated McGee. He has it even. He has it a draw, 6-6 and 3. The other three, Red Smith, Stan Hockman, and myself, give it to Norton. So now we will await the official verdict. There's an awful big crowd in this ring.
Right here at Yankee Stadium, and right after 15 rounds of heavyweight championship fight with Muhammad Ali and Ken Norton, we're waiting on a decision. And I think Norton's corner thinks that he's won the fight, and Muhammad Ali's corner is mighty quiet, and they're wondering just what is going on here. But we'll have a decision here pretty soon. This is a very close fight. And now Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is the winner and still the heavyweight champion. And now all of the noise is broken out here.
The crowd is booing the fight, the decision.
All the noise is broken out here. Ali is on the other side. We're waiting. We're going to try to get Muhammad Ali over here.
Kenny Norton looks very forlorn in his corner. He's holding
Muhammad
his head.
Ali looks like he's going to leave.
I think Kenny Norton is crying. It looks to me like he's crying. He must have thought he won the
Looks like
fight.
a whole lot of commotion is
He
going
is
on here.
tremendously dejected. He's holding his head. He's in tears. He thought he won the fight. Quite a
Let's
few
get over
people
here and talk to.
Quite a few people thought he won the fight. I've never seen a man weep in the ring that way. He doesn't want to talk. He's just leaving the
looks
ring.
like Kenny is leaving.
Kenny does not want to talk. He is all broken up with the verdict.
Well, I guess Muhammad Ali is not going to have an interview after the fight.
Neither man is going to talk after the fight. Ali might feel just a little bit self-conscious about that verdict. He's leaving. Kenny Norton has already left.
All right, well, Muhammad Ali is not coming over for an interview after the fight from the ringside. So we're going to close out here from Yankee Stadium. This is Frank Bannister for Dick Young, Twana Kilgore, for the heavyweight championship fight in New York. Everybody get home safely. Good night.
Well, this is the scene in the ring at Yankee Stadium, New York. This is the scene at the end of what I can only describe as a shameful night for boxing here in Yankee Stadium, New York. How can a man like Ken Norton do so much, fight so well, outbox his man, do most of the work for most of the time, and then have to leave the ring being declared a loser? I know all three officials made Ali a narrow winner. I cannot agree with that, and I don't think the many thousands of people here in Yankee Stadium can possibly agree with that. I will not hesitate in saying that I find it absolutely shameful, and Muhammad Ali tonight does not really deserve still to be the heavyweight champion of the world. Only one man deserves that, and his name is Ken Norton, and I feel sorry for him. And now good night from Yankee Stadium in New York City.
Sort of run out of them, I would think, at this point, although some faraway promoter is probably damning us with faint praise for saying that.
Well, Chris, the older brother of Angie, told me this morning that Angie's phone is ringing morning, evening, and night with guys from Patagonia down, up, and under, all with challengers, all who want a piece of Muhammad Ali's action. Not that they think they can beat him, but they know that this man is magic and he will draw.
Well, there isn't any question about that, and as he himself says, he is the champion of all the world when, and he fights in places that other champions wouldn't even consider years ago. I'd like to repeat for those who may have tuned in late, the knockout was 147 of the 7th round. It's been a pleasure for RKO General and Madison Square Garden Sports Presentations to bring you this World Heavyweight Championship fight. This is Don Dunphy and Win Elliott wishing you good night